are still in Hyperfocus 101, current obsession, KPop Demon Hunters, still making this my entire personality. We have made Lego mini dolls out of Huntrix in their How It's Done outfit. Also made 5 in 1 week. Oh, for the Saja boys for their soda pop fit. Look at their wee demon faces. Are they just the cutest? All right, so hot, so respectful. But today we're gonna have a go at doing the very final outfit, when the golden outfit kind of morphs into something more golden and white and pure. And this is the one when Rumi has accepted her demon markings. This is the only one where you can actually see them. So, you know, acceptance, communication, this is what this is all about by the end of the movie. So this is where we're heading today. So making Rumi with her demon marks, this is what we have so far. And because I've already made her hair, I can reuse it. I'm going to have to change it up a little bit, but she's going to need an entirely new outfit. So platform shoes, we're going to use these. They're already white. So hello, that's such a good thing, because white, so hard to get it looking nice with my paint. We're going to talk about this as we go along. This is the base I'm going to try using. We're going to do lots of experimenting today. Lots and lots of different things that I haven't tried before, because, so she's got hot pants. I could use this piece as hot pants because they don't have the cuff on them and they look more like streamlined. But we have tried this before when I was making Taylor Swift or the Lover House outfits, or the like one for each of the eras to eras. But so this is what the bottom part, so just kind of have a look at it. It's kind of like soggy and long. They have a very, very long bottomy bit on them. This is one where I actually cut the legs up to be a little bit higher, and that actually has a much better ratio. So I could go about cutting up this leg piece, but I want to try something different. So if experiments, it's going to be lots of experiments today. They could go wildly, wildly badly. It could also work. So we're going to find out. So this is what the pants piece looks like when it's all painted up. Yeah, anyway, all right. So I've had a bit of experience with this, making all of the eras to outfits. We're going to stick with this, but I'm actually going to try... Now, I'll talk about it in a minute. So this is what we've got for the base. And then for her top, I'm going to use this piece because I know that the outer layer is actually white. So I can tell that because you can kind of see that around the rim. So I'm going to erase the print from off this, and I'm going to remove the arms. Yeah, so this is going to be my base for the top. And then obviously... we've already got our hairpiece ready to go, and we're just going to need to add some gold embellishments to it. It seems like blasphemy to change that top out, because she actually looks really, really good in it. Oh my gosh, like it's a pop stars to a top anyway. It would go so well. But anyway, let's remove some arms. Arms are easy to rip off mini dolls, and they go back in quite nicely and easily. So I'm going to use just some nice unprinted arms because they should be nice and easy to paint onto. And then for the bottom, we can also change out the hinge, because if I paint on the hinge, when I actually move the hinge piece, it like tears the paint off. So if I can make the hinge white as well already, like organically white, I can avoid having to paint it, and then I can actually move the mini doll's legs and she can sit down. So if I use this hinge from off Zach, we can, yeah. So these are all the pieces. Did you see all that happen? Good, right. So now we're going to start experimenting. I've never done this before. I'm actually going to grind off using this nail grinding tool to, you know, like nail polish grinding off tool. No, you understand, you can see it, you know what it is, do you? I don't know. Anyway, it's a rotary tool, and I'm just using one of the rough sandpapery things that come with it to grind off the cuff and the pockets and the little things on these that make them not smooth. And this could end up looking like little hot pants, or it could just end up looking like a hot mess. So we just experiment and we find out. So it's for science. So let's just skip forward a little bit. This is what it looks like, pretty rough at the moment, because that was a really quite aggressive sandpaper that I got them off with, ground them off with. So now I'm using a finer little sanding stone thing to try and get them a bit smoother. It's looking I don't know, without the definition of the cuff, it's looking a lot less like shorts, but probably a lot too much like a nappy. Let's look. We shouldn't see things half done. We'll wait until it's done and see how it looks all finalized up. So this is it when it's been sanded off nice and smoothly. It just I mean, it's okay, but it now feels long again. Like they feel like long, droopy kind of pants with no definition. I just don't know. I don't know. Let's paint it. And see, maybe if I think I've ruined the structural integrity here on the bottom by these legs may eventually come out. Also, I should find out what it takes to actually be able to remove the legs. That would be fun. Okay, on to removing all of the print, or as much of the print as I possibly can. That makes it easier to actually get the paint over it nice and neatly. On the top, getting rid of this print means I have a beautiful white base to be able to work on. Though the color, I have noticed that the color of the white from the Lego is a slightly yellowy shade, like just slightly more yellow than the white paint pigment that I paint with. So they don't quite match, but they'll do okay. It'll be fine. So this is what we have so far. If we pop the arms back on, which I'm not going to because I want to paint these separately. So I'm going to have a go with this ink version of the miniature paint that I normally use, but this is like a more runny version, I think. And this is it's once again a nail brush, a nail art brush, very, very fine, very, very cheap. I looked up where I got them from because I couldn't remember. So I got them from Shein. Very, very useful. I shouldn't really be recommending Shein. They were really cheap, but it holds the paint really nicely. I'm very excited, and you can get a really nice straight line by just laying it down and dragging it, though not as easy on a curved surface. So welcome to mini doll torsos. So putting in the little arm sleevey things, because the top is white, I need to paint the skin tone onto this one, which is good. That's fine. The skin tone goes on nice and smoothly. So making it a little crop top. And that looks really nice. Let's just even that up a wee bit more. And then I'm going to add some, remember last time I played with some mica powder and it went everywhere? I haven't learnt my lesson, obviously. So I'm going to use the white mica powder to add a shimmer, because all of their clothes are like iridescent, like even holographic. So I don't know if you can see this with the lights. My lights kind of bleach out the white, so it's a bit hard to see me adding the shimmer to it. But it does add a little bit of an opalescent-y kind of bit to it. But I want a holographic look where it has like a color shift. So this is experimenting again. I've never used this before on Mini Doll or with paint. So this is holographic nail polish powdery kind of stuff. So you put this on and then you put the resin over the top. But I reckon this is going to look really pretty over white. Like it will add that color shift element, hopefully. So let's get this on and see what happens. Could go very, very poorly. So I've given up on the previous pants and I actually painted up a pair with cuffs because I just think the other ones are going to look too much like a nappy. And once I thought it, I just couldn't unsee it. So we're just going to go with the cuffs for the little hot pants look and getting this holographic powder on. Once again, it's so hard to see with the lights. Maybe... Oh, you can see it now. So you can kind of see that shimmer here now when I put it down in a different angle. So when we put the hinge back in, we can see what that's going to look like with the cuffed pants. Let's just have a little bit of a stop along the way and see how we're looking. Yeah, I think this is where we have to go. So this is what it would look like if we went with our nappy version, and this is what it looks like if we go with the cuffed version. And I can't believe it, they're exactly the same piece, except the one looks longer. Once I take the cuff off, it just makes it look longer. So there you go. That was a failed experiment, but it was worth doing. All right, so let's get the detailing on. So by this point, there's no black left on their outfit. It's all just white and gold. And that sounds like it should be nice and easy, but let's find out, shall we? I don't love painting with gold either. It doesn't go down as easily as some of the others because it's like a kind of a mica-y pigment, I suppose. Okay, for her hair, she has got little gold flowery pins in it. Are they flowers? I think they are tiny flowers. So if I do these gold dots, you can... I can't make them kind of round. I don't love that. So I'm going to try for something else. I have these tiny beads in different sizes. So this could be fun if I could stick these on. They're really going to be showy because I want it just to be a little bit extra because this is like fashion. So I'm going to put on some craft glue and then I'm going to just pop these on one by one, hopefully, and they should stick on quite nicely. I just have to be careful not to bump them too much. So bigger ones up near where her braid is bigger and then littler ones as we go down the braid. Oh my gosh, that turned into like some real Ockham. So Aussie accent there. Actually, I don't even know what I don't know. So we've got these on one side. Now I've got them on both sides, and I'm going to have to take the little gold tail off the end, but I'll do that in a minute. But it looks absolutely so pretty with all of those beads. Okay, to make her demon markings, going to go back to the mica powder and use a gloss varnish, mix it with the purple mica powder, and hope that I can make it look as glowy and, I don't know, colory, shifty, but not too much like I've just scribbled all over her skin. So this is going to be a challenge. So getting these zigzaggy marks all the way around on the exposed skin that we can see, and then down her arms. And I feel like these are just a little bit too defined. She kind of looks like she's covered in scratches. So if I then go over them with maybe some white mica powder, that might add that glow and also make them look less there, like, because they're kind of supposed to look like they're, I don't know that I'm going to be able to achieve this. I'm going to try though. I'm having so much fun working with shiny, super fine glitter, the bane of my existence. But you know, that looks better actually. Maybe if I do a little wash of her flesh tone over the top as well, that might help hide them a wee bit too, and then some bits will stand out and other bits won't. All right, so here we go. Let's see how it all worked out. So we have got her platform shoes with a little gold rim down the bottom. She's got her high boots. And I'm trying very hard to get this on here so I don't scratch any of my paintwork up, though I have sealed it properly this time for a nice change. For her belt, I just did a little tiny thin strip of shiny gold Christmas curling ribbon, which I just think it adds fabulous flash to everything. Makes me so happy. And then for her top, her demon markings have worked out really well. They look iridescent to me. They kind of glow. There's a lot going on. She's got so much patterning happening here, and you can't really see it on camera, but there's a little slight holographic shimmer to the white, which is so exciting. It's exactly what I wanted to see happen. For her head, holding it so carefully because I don't want to knock any of these beads off, she's got her hair fully beautifully embellished, and I put some of her demon markings on her face as well. Oh, I think, look at this. This is Rumi in full acceptance of herself. We can clearly see the demon markings. It's so good. All right. Now, I spent so much time experimenting on Rumi that I did not get the other girls' outfits completely finished at this stage, but I promise that I will have them ready to go this weekend so they can join Rumi. So make sure you click the little notification bell so that YouTube notifies you when it comes up. Give the video a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on Rumi's outfit. I'll see you again soon. Bye.